Good evening. Tonight, ladies and gentlemen, on Doctor Who, we have learnt about condensation, quartz, the origins of the word assassin, and how the Doctor is a cheeky chappy who can manufacture a brand new key for his TARDIS whilst collecting water from the walls. Thank you. 500 Eyes, which I've decided is my favourite Doctor Who title thus far, aside from An Unearthly Child, which is just great. What a marvellous episode of Doctor Who. We're back on form. We clearly wanted to enjoy this tonight a lot more than we just enjoyed the last one as well, which is nice. And this has been marvellous. It's been exactly what I imagined First Doctor historical adventures to be. We've had a stupendously large amount of plot. Loads going on, actually. Thing that it was crammed into 20-something minutes. I'm not saying it's up to modern day standards, but by comparison to Tribe of Gum and stuff like that, and even last week where effectively two things happened, we've had loads going on, and loads of bits about if history just thrown in there. First of all, Bill's in it throughout the whole thing, and in fact, basically just makes it run and run. And again, and I keep going on about this, it's so nice to have the Doctor being the Doctor. And in this episode, he most certainly is. He's the one that resolves the cliffhanger by waking up in the TARDIS and finding condensation on the walls. Now, brackets, kind of kills the mystique of the TARDIS a little bit to realise that the condensation forms inside it when it's in a desert. We may have to think about that at a later date and work out why that happened. But that's okay, because that was a neat, nippy resolution to the cliffhanger. And then we had everybody starting to suspect Tigana a bit, who came up with the nifty excuse. There were bandits here. Bandits seem to get the blame for everything in the story. Then we arrived somewhere else, names of which escape me. The only one that really sticks to me is the Gobi Desert, which obviously I was aware of, although Libby keeps referring to the Gobi, which is a derivation of Scooby, which is the nursery hamster who you met the other day. But more to the point, we had the cliffhanger. We had the Doctor confessing that he's made a new key so he can get into the TARDIS and what he likes, and so he can fix the circuit, and therefore we can rest assured that we won't be stuck in Marco Polo land forever. We had a lovely story by Ping Chow about the Hashashin, who were more bandits. Some of this was lost on me, but that's okay. And we had a what I presume is a nod to storytelling back in God, my sense of history is dreadful, isn't it? Kubla Khan time, and that was great. I mean, obviously there would have been movement, and there would have been, again, I'm painting these pictures. There would have been grace, and there would have been some energy and movement and loveliness. And Ping Chow, I'm loving Ping Chow. She's great. Keep her on, get rid of Susan. Susan does nothing, nothing in this episode that Ping Chow just couldn't have done anyway. So there we go. And based upon that, we get the awkward moment where Ian says, "We still use that word in English today, don't you know, Susan? You being from another planet who's travelled to galaxies beyond our imagining. It's assassins. All right, Ian. Cheers, old boy. Happy Christmas." But that's fine, because it was all lovely. Then we get Barbara wandering off to the Cave of 500 Eyes, which in still photography doesn't look like much of a set. It looks like a set with odd pictures painted on the walls. But she gets kidnapped, and you think, well, that's the end of the episode. Then everybody starts going on the run for Barbara. And then the Doctor and Susan and Ping Chow decide they're going to go and look for Barbara, and they end up in Stum there as well. The cliffhanger's completely lost in this episode because all we get is a picture of a still and Susan screaming. Let's be perfectly frank, if every time that Susan screamed that was the end of that was a big cliffhanger, then this show would be in 5-minute segments and wouldn't really have got off the drawing board. So what do we have here? We've got a great episode, Doctor Who. Loads of stuff goes on. Characters acting in the way that we expect them to act. Marco Polo kicking off at the start. You told me you didn't have water. You told me. And the crew all banding together to resolve this issue. Absolutely fabulous. And as Lib said to me, the good lady Dr. Collins said to me, what a shame these episodes don't exist anymore. This would have been a real high point. If we could watch these first 4 stories in order and have lost the 5th one, maybe. Oh, shocking. I'm preemptively saying that the Keys of Marinus is crap. It's crap. If we had Marco Polo over some of the other stuff we've got, I think the world would be a slightly brighter place. And if that's overstating it, then bollocks to it. I don't care. I really enjoyed tonight. It was really, really good. Looking forward to the next one, whenever that may be. See you later. Bye-bye.